The problem, stress. The solution, puppies. This is why we should implement puppy therapy at JCU. Now, the problem, as I said, is stress. There is high levels of stress that can easily become high levels of anxiety and high levels of depression. This is important to notice because students not only face internal pressures with school, but they also face external pressures, such as having to live alone, having to work part time, or having to be involved in other activities that are not related to school. This is important to notice because it is worrisome when you take a look to small universities. Small universities are considered universities that are 2,000 students or less. Now, there is a counseling staff to student ratio that is very, very important. We all deserve counseling opportunities. Each student deserves to have a place to talk about how they feel and to have someone, an expert, to give them feedback. However, in small schools like JCU, we have one counselor for every 150 students. This is not just a number. This is something to consider because not only it puts pressure on the counselor, but it puts even more pressure to students that are already stressed. So they need to find solutions. For example, here at the Health and Wellbeing Office, they have open yoga classes, meditation classes, even remote opportunities. But these are just not enough. The high demand keeps peaking, and there are more and more students in need of counseling opportunities. They are in need of opportunities that perhaps don't need to be with another person to talk about something, but they're in need of opportunities where they can relieve all the things they're feeling. More easy and fast opportunities. For example, one of these could be puppy therapy. Now, for those of you who don't know how this works, puppy therapy works the following way. You have a puppy room where you place a number of puppies, and either by appointment or by set dates, you get to enter this room and play with the puppies. It's as simple as that. And that's why we all love it. Now, a lot of universities have implemented this in the UK, the US, and in Canada. And they have seen not only that students relieve stress, but they're more happy overall. They are even more productive after they get into this room. So the effects of this are not only to help stress students to just relieve stress. These effects are actually bigger and they constitute something more important, that is that connection you have with a puppy, with animals in general. Now, this will be the first time a university in Rome implements this. And how would this work is by a pilot semester. In a pilot semester, it will be set on Janicolo residence a puppy room. It will be run by Health and Wellbeing Office Coordinator Roman Clark, and it will be supervised by RAs and personnel of this office. Now, in order to enter this room, you either get to have an appointment or the week before finals and the week before midterms. This is important to consider because it's not as easy as it seems, because it requires a lot of coordination, and it also requires to see if it's a project that can be feasible. Now, the where we might get the puppies, you may be asking. There's two options. Either purchase the puppies at Europuppy, which is an organization that works in Europe and gives shelter to animals, and the second option is Io Libero, which is an NGO, an Italian NGO that also gives shelters to animals. Now, the timeline of the project will be the following. By the first 2 weeks of spring semester of 2021, there must be a meeting between all the people that is involved. These include administration, health and well-being office, RAs, everyone. Then it is important to request a price from both of these places, and it is important to then make a payment for all the supplies that are in need to take care of these puppies. Everything that goes from installation of the room or setting up the room, taking care of the puppies, their necessities, food, health, everything. then a meeting with the RA and personnel to fill them up with the details, and finally opening the room and setting up and opening the room by the week before finals of spring semester of 2021. The budget, it is important to notice now that if we purchase the puppies by Euro puppy, each puppy will cost around 2,000 euros. Then 12 puppies, which is the expected number of puppies to be in the puppy room, will cost 24,000 euros. Now, if we adopt the puppies by Olivero, they would come at no cost, but the university will make a donation appropriately. This is important to consider because you can either purchase it or adopt it, and any of which is fine. Now, the monthly budget will be the following: either you purchase the dogs, adopt the dogs, and then everything that is involving their care, their personal care, health, food, even the special setups they need in the room will come around to a cost to 300 euros for every puppy. That would totalize to 12 puppies. That means 3,600 euros. Now, if this pilot semester goes well, if this pilot semester goes well, the university would not only benefit by being the first university that implements this, but it will also attract more students and will be seen as a more innovative university and a university that takes care of its students. We have seen, for example, that there's people with like assistance dogs in the past, and we've seen, for example, there are always people with special needs that needs to take care of. And this is not only an improvement for the university, but it's also an improvement, special improvement for the counseling office, the health and well-being office, that it's providing a service that will, of course, help their students and will also be one more innovative approach to an issue that is not an easy issue, which is stress. Now, students would highly benefit from this, not only by having a place where they can play with puppies, but let's be honest, we all love puppies and we all love the contact with animals in general. I'm sure this will benefit us all by giving us a mean to have time to play, which is very, very important when you're stressed, and also by giving us a time where we know that we'll be more relieved afterwards, more happy, and even more productive. So that is why we all need puppy therapy. And that is why, if this pilot semester goes well, the project would expand to both Tiber and Guarini campus, which would have one puppy room each, and they will be coordinated by Pilar Murgia, which is the head of the Student Services Office. She would also be in contact with the administration, and they would take care of the rooms themselves. This is an innovative approach, as I said, that it gives hope to students that really need help and really need more options to the current options they have, which are not meeting their needs. Because let's face it, it's difficult to have a counseling when you are not. It's difficult to have counseling when you have to deal with a lot of students that really need help, and they all need help equally. So this gives an option to counseling that is very feasible. It's very instantaneous. There is very instant, yeah, and it gives an opportunity to students to have a different approach, to face the fact that not only we all love puppies, but they make us happy and they make us to feel relieved, even to see them in the streets. Imagine playing with them. So if we really want to have more time to work on ourselves, we need this project. We need to take a breath. We need to feel relieved for a second, even if it's just a second that you spend in the room. You know that it will make a difference for you. That is why we all need puppy therapy at JCU. Thank you.